Building a chopper from this 2014 Royal Enfield Continental GT 535. Rigid frame, rear brake only, and we're converting it to carburetor. This was originally fuel injected, and actually the carburetor conversion is pretty much already done, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. But we're not just building a chopper, we're building a chopper as quickly, simply, and cheaply as possible without sacrificing the overall impact, how good it looks. And I'm gonna show you everything that I do to achieve that. Why go cheap? Well, most of the parts are already here, and listen, I don't really have the time or the budget, but I thought it would make a hell of a YouTube series. Here we go. We're gonna start by taking some measurements. First of the front fork, and you wanna do this while the bike is sitting with weight on it. 31.5 inches. Frankly, I think this is how much the bike is gonna weigh when it's all done, even with all of this shit off of it. It's gonna get really light. Fun fact, the length of the forks on the 2023 Continental GT are 29.5 inches. These forks are 2 inches longer. Good for chopper. Stock wheelbase, I can get this information off the internet, but we're making a video. 54 inches. And the width between the legs of the swing arm, 9.25 inches. This isn't exactly sitting at exact ride height or level, and I can get that figure off of the owner's manual. And I'm probably gonna change the angle anyway, but I'm not gonna go too far out of stock, so it's gonna have a pretty steep angled fork for a chopper, which basically means we are making a design decision. I don't wanna affect handling too much for what this fork is designed to do. It is gonna change, the handling of the bike, everything's gonna change, but I'm gonna keep it, you know, kinda conservative. Yeah, I had to shoot that twice. So I'm gonna be using as many of these original motor mounts as possible and incorporating my design of the frame around all of that. Next thing we have to do is scan this, so I'm leaving those motor mounts in place, and it's gonna be part of the whole assembly of the motor so that I can put it into my design software and begin designing. So from the original bike, this is all I'm going to be using. Obviously the motor and whatever electronics need to make it function. I'm going to be using the rear hub, so I'm going to take off the tire, the wheel, and the spokes, and I'm using the two front forks. So this is where I start 3D scanning. This is kind of boring to show, but it's an incredible result, and I'm going to throw it into this file where I've already begun sketching a concept for what I want this to be. I quickly designed this around an image of the original bike, but because the image was taken with a camera, it doesn't exactly show orthographic proportionality. So I'm going to throw this 3D scanned motor in here along with the hub and redesign the whole bike from here according to my original concept. So we've already made some design decisions here, and we're going to be ditching the stock tires and wheels. I'm going with a 21-inch front and an 18-inch rear. These are Acrunt Italian style shouldered rims, polished aluminum, very bling bling, very chopper. And I'm gonna be running Shinko 230 Tour Masters and 8090-21 up front and a 12090-18 in the rear. That's pretty skinny. The goal is to make the bike as narrow as possible. I'm definitely gonna have some Indonesian chopper influence in this. And to do that, I'm going to be running a spool front hub. I got this from Twinside in Italy because they're the only ones that I could find that had a spool type hub like this, no break, and 36 holes all around. The rear hub is 36 holes, so I want this to match up front. and it came with these bearings. This is meant for a Sportster. So this is a 3/4 inch front axle, and this bike uses a 17 millimeter front axle. Very, very close, but different measurements. And this is a little bit bigger than this. So I got to take this to my lathe guy to be able to fit these bearings in here. And then I send it off to the wheel guy to get custom spokes and get the wheels laced to the hubs. In the rear, I'm going to be using the original hub. It's also 36 spokes, so I got that 36 spoke spool hub to stay matchy-matchy. These wheels are 36 spoke holes, so that's going to work out well. This rear hub, though, I kind of wanted to polish it to match the rear, but it takes a lot of time, a lot of money, and I want to get this show on the road. So I'm going to have it media blasted, and then I'm going to get it powder coated, which is going to kind of reveal the color. I've already made a choice. Can't dilly-dally in this project, so we're going to get on with it, but I'm not going to reveal it. If you have any suggestions of what I should do or what you would do, put in the comments. Of course, I've already decided.